helping you find your happiness. Loneliness versus solitude. Today we're exploring a topic that affects all of us at some point in our lives: loneliness and solitude. You might be wondering, aren't they the same thing? Well, not quite. Let's chat about the differences and why they matter. So let's consider the feeling of loneliness. We've all felt it, right? That ache in your chest when you feel disconnected from others, like you're on an island all by yourself. It's not just about being physically alone. You can feel lonely in a crowded room if you don't feel a connection with those around you. Loneliness is that voice in your head saying, "I wish someone was here with me." Solitude, on the other hand, is a completely different ballgame. It's when you're by yourself, but you're totally cool with it. In fact, you might even enjoy it. Think about those moments when you're lost in a good book or taking a peaceful walk in nature. That's solitude. It's like hitting the refresh button for your mind and soul. The big difference? Loneliness hurts, while solitude can actually be pretty awesome. Let's talk about why loneliness is such a big deal. You know how stress can make you feel run down? Well, loneliness is like stress on steroids. It can mess with your mind, making you more likely to feel anxious or depressed. But it doesn't stop there. It can also weaken your immune system, increase your risk of heart problems, and even speed up cognitive decline as you age. Scary stuff, right? On the flip side, embracing solitude can be like a superpower. Ever notice how your best ideas come when you're alone in the shower or on a solo walk? That's solitude working its magic. It gives you space to think, to be creative, to really get to know yourself. It's like pressing pause on the noise of the world and tuning into your own frequency. Now you might be thinking, okay, solitude sounds great, but how do I make sure I don't slip into loneliness? That's where relationships come in. Having good connections with others is like having a safety net. When life gets tough, knowing you've got people in your corner can make all the difference. But here's the kicker. It's not about how many friends you have on Facebook. It's about the quality of your relationships. One ride or die friend can be worth more than 100 acquaintances. These deep connections give you a sense of belonging, boost your self-esteem, and can even motivate you to be your best self. So, what can you do to strike that balance between healthy solitude and strong relationships? Start by getting comfortable with yourself. Practice mindfulness. Dive into hobbies you love. Really get to know who you are when no one's watching. At the same time, nurture your relationships. Reach out to friends regularly. Join a club that interests you, or volunteer for a cause you care about. Here's a challenge for you. Next time you're feeling lonely, resist the urge to mindlessly scroll through social media. Instead, try reaching out to a friend for a real conversation, even if it's just a quick phone call. You might be surprised at how much more fulfilling that can be. And hey, if you're feeling stuck in loneliness, don't be afraid to reach out for help. Sometimes talking to a professional can give you the tools you need to build meaningful connections. Remember, being alone doesn't necessarily mean you are lonely. When you're at peace with yourself, you're less likely to feel truly alone. You know, it's fascinating how our relationship with solitude and loneliness can change throughout our lives. As kids, we might have hated being sent to our rooms alone, but as adults, some of us crave that quiet time. It's all about perspective and life stage. By understanding the difference between loneliness and solitude, and by building strong relationships, you're setting yourself up for a richer, more fulfilling life. So next time you find yourself alone, ask yourself, is this loneliness or is this solitude? Your answer might just change your whole perspective. Thanks for listening, and here's to finding that sweet spot between me time and we time. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, share it with your friends so we can bring you more ideas. For more videos like this to help elevate your happiness, hit the subscribe button and click on the notification bell so you get notified of our next post. Thanks for watching.